Hey, it's your girl, Dr. Kiiyonna Jones, and welcome to my channel where I talk all things healthcare professionals, and it is my mission to help nurses and other healthcare professionals leverage their licenses so that they can make an unlimited amount of revenue. And so today's topic, we are going to talk about IV hydration. On my channel, I talk about aesthetics as I am an aesthetic business owner. I talk about nurse empowerment, and I also talk about IV hydration. And so today I want to answer a question that I often get asked. Is this market saturated? So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get to it. And hit that subscribe button and tag a friend. But you know what? Wait until the end of this video. And if you found this video valuable, then hit the subscribe button and tell a friend. So on today's topic, y'all know I got my little paper because your girl memory, I'll forget. One of the things that people say often is like, everywhere I look around, there is somebody starting an IV hydration business on social media, like all the nurses, everybody is getting into IV hydration. Is the market saturated? And my answer to you is absolutely not. And I want you to think about this. When you go get your hair done, there is about 6, 7, 8, 10 people in one building, everybody doing hair, but everybody is doing hair, right? They have their own set of clients. People come in twice a week, once a month, whatever, but very frequently, and they get their hair done, right? It doesn't matter how many hairstylists there is still room for more. You don't see the schools closing down. People are still becoming licensed cosmetologists because there is a need. The same is true for the wellness industry, and in this case, IV hydration. So when you ask, is it saturated? I want you to think about it from that perspective, and I'll tell you why. The first thing is, a lot of people don't realize it's not a one and done. When you treat your client with IV hydration or vitamin infusions, they come back. This is not you get it done and you never have to get it done again in your lifetime. Some people get infused once a month, some people twice a month, and this is every single month. So when you ask, is it saturated? I want you to think about, this is a wellness approach. And so your clients are essentially trying to stay well and prevent themselves from getting sick. So they have to continue this every single month. So it doesn't matter if you think about it, there's 332 million people in the US. And so if people are trying to get well, I'm not saying all of those people are going to do IV hydration, but if our shift as a culture is more geared towards being well instead of getting better after you're sick, IV hydration is the solution for that. So I don't care how many IV hydration businesses, whether it's concierge or brick and mortar, that there is still room for you because there is still a need for people. Now, for people to provide this service. Now, how you separate yourself from the market, now that's key. What is the experience that you are providing for your clients that separates you from the marketplace, which makes you different? Why would someone want to come to you versus going to Joe Schmo's IV hydration business? That is something that you need to think about. The next thing I want you to know is the amount of money involved when you in this industry. So when you say, is it saturated? I want you to know that by 2033, this industry is expected to be over $50 billion, worth over $50 billion. And that's just in the US, okay? It is growing. There is something called a compound annual growth rate, which is a CAGR, they call it. And a lot of investors and entrepreneurs use the CAGR to decide if they want to start a business or invest in a business. If the business is greater than 4, it is considered a strong business. And in the case of IV hydration, depending on which research you look at, it's between 6 and 8% versus 2%, 3%, 4%. It's between 6 and 8%, the growth rate, which says that it is a very strong, viable business. Now, what I love about it for us as nurses is that we already have the skills. Like, we know how to start an IV. We got that down pat. We don't have the business side, but that is something that a mentor or we can get from a program, which True Savvy actually has that in their training program. We can get that from them, right? So we don't necessarily have to know the business side, but we already have the practical side and the skill side because that's what we do in our profession. So therefore, when we talk about saturation, we have to think about the amount of people that we're going to serve, how often we're serving them. This is not a once a year thing or a once every 5-year thing or a once in a lifetime. This is every single month you will be serving clients, and how well they feel and how they are able to decrease the chance of them getting sick. We all want that. Now, why is that something we all want? Well, I think we can all agree that that 5-letter word, COVID, has shined a very bright light on the power of being well, right? And so if nothing else, whether you believe it exists or not, or all the other controversy that's out there, we know that people are getting sick, and we know we need to redirect some of our energy and resources on wellness. And the IV hydration industry provides that avenue for a lot of people. And therefore, they're looking into that because a lot of people don't want to end up in the hospital. Whether they don't trust it or not, I don't know, but they're making the decision that they don't want to end up in the hospital, and therefore they're seeking alternatives to stay well. IV hydration provides that. This is why I'm saying the market is not saturated, and it can't be saturated in a country where there's over 332 million people. The last thing I want to let you know, and I don't think a lot of people realize this, there are non-medical people who are not even in this industry who are starting IV hydration businesses. You don't even know that. I'll name drop one of them. His name is Grant Cardone. Grant Cardone is a multi-billionaire. He's a real estate billionaire. He's not a doctor. He's not a nurse. He's a real estate billionaire, and he has started a company called 10X Health. Look it up yourself. And 10X Health provides wellness services for patients. Of course, he hired a team. He has medical doctors on his team and biochemists and all that. But the point is, he offers IV hydration. You got to think about this. If a multi-billionaire in real estate is starting a business in IV hydration and wellness, you know there is a market for it, and he sees it. And his business is, he has some brick and mortars, but he also has concierge. And guess where it is? Coachella, UFC, right? So when people tell me, oh, I feel like the market is saturated, there's too many. This man just started this business a couple of years ago. Just recently he started it because he sees where the market is going. So it's my job to let you know, one, it's not saturated. I just provided you some data to let you know it is on the growth side. It is growing exponentially, and we have people who are not even in our industry starting businesses in it because they see where the money is. So instead of focusing on is it saturated, you work on establishing yourself as an authority in that industry, getting the proper training that you need so that you can have a successful business and separate yourself from the rest. And do it. If it's something that you're being called to do, do it. There is no competition where I exist. I don't care if there's a med spa on every corner. I'm going to separate myself from the rest. And those who are in my market are going to gravitate to me because of that. So I just want to let you know the answer to that is no, it is not saturated. In fact, there is plenty of room. There is plenty of different niches where you can offer these treatments to. You don't have to market it to everyone. You serve a specific niche, and it's low cost for us as nurses, you guys. All we have to do is train, and we can do it concierge. We do not even have to have a brick and mortar to start this business. And that's what I love about it, is that it's so low cost, and the path to entry is so low for us because we already have the skill set. So if you've enjoyed this video, go ahead and click that subscribe button, click that like button. And if you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the comments. I love creating videos to answer the questions of my followers. And then